Konnichiwa, I'm Kawaii Critic, and I will be reviewing RWBY Volume 5, Episode 1, Welcome to Haven. So before I officially begin this recap review, just a few quick notes. I am picking up this show, once again, to review, as MLP is coming to an end relatively soon, and I do need to, or I feel I need to, keep up with new and other shows to compensate for the hiatus. So I talked to Buck Business about it, and he gave me the go-ahead to do so. As other notes are concerned, there will be other shows that I will probably pick up along the way as soon as I figure out which ones. I was considering picking up Gotham, but Gotham is already at episode 5, and I haven't seen the rest of the episodes up until that point, so I would have to play catch up in order to do that. Walking Dead is something that I'm also considering, doing every episode, hopefully. Unlike, I was unable to do Preacher because of my work, but I no longer have that job, I think, because of terrible scheduling problems, so I will be linking my Patreon in the link in the description because I don't have an official job and YouTube doesn't pay us either, so I kinda need money to, survive and stuff, so if you feel like you want to donate, please feel free to head on over there and go crazy. Even a dollar will help out. Any amount will help. I might consider using other methods of that if you are so inclined to. And with all that stuff out of the way, let's begin with the recap review of RWBY. So, I guess I'll just quickly go over what I thought of last season. I actually don't remember a lot of what happened, to be honest, but I think this has done a great... I know that the crew was separated, and I think that happened primarily in Season 4, if I remember correctly, and RWBY taking charge of this new group. I think that was also a part of Season 4. I don't remember if that was the season where Pyrrha died. I guess spoiler alert there. But, yeah, so there's all that. So anyways, we begin off this season starting off with some typical, it seems to be the opening ceremony of RWBY to open up with someone talking about the situation, and this time it is Crow that is doing this. We get to see the town that they are moving into. I believe it's just called Haven, based off of the title, Welcome to Haven, so that's where I assume they are going. And it's primarily RWBY and her new crew, Jean and the other two. I'm sorry, I gotta get used to their names again, so that's something that I'm gonna have to work towards. I don't remember the other two's names off the top of my head right now. This isn't a written review, by the way. This is unscripted. And we get to see a bit of Weiss in her ship. I recall she was escaping, and now she's on this cargo trip or something, and the guy that is carrying her in this package of these dust, as it's called. They're moving to a location. I'm not sure if they ever named the location that they were going to, but they're heading over somewhere. So that goes on for a bit, and we cut back to RWBY and the crew going into this new area, hoping to meet with somebody, it would appear, and Crow's with them, leading them, essentially. They meet with this older guy named Lionheart, and the crux of the episode is their differing methods of how to go ahead with what's going on. And we also get a little bit of Blake here in this episode as well, and one of her enemies is trying to convince her to step down or step aside while this enemy of hers tries to continue their attack. So of course Blake does not step down, And we cut back to the crux of the episode, which is the argument between Crow and Lionheart. And Crow trying to convince them. And then it shows what happened in, I think it was in the season finale with the younger Ozpin. I don't remember his name either, but I'll just call him, for the sake of this review, I'll just call him younger Ozpin, because that is essentially what his character is becoming, it would appear. So we get that little clip again, and then we cut to Yang, so we do get to see all the RWBY characters in this one episode. I like how they're able to extend the amount of time they are spending on these episodes. I really appreciate that. They're able to dedicate more time to fleshing out each character and what they are up to. Yang is at this sort of bar place location where this sleazy guy is like hitting on him, and then like she beats him up, and then she was looking for somebody. I don't recall the name she mentioned, but later on we see that guy outside that she beat up kind of knew or might know what she's on about, and I guess was gonna try to help her, even though, we'll see if that desperation of Yang's character will lead to anything else, if that will continue. Meanwhile, Crow brings in back young Ozpin to the rest of the crew while having drunken too much yet again. And he does his intro, and that is the end of the episode. It's an interesting episode. While it does lack a little bit of action, that's okay, as it did need to flesh out what each character was up to. I'm actually more glad that that's the case here. Because, like I said, I don't remember where Season 4 ended off, so it was good to see a bit of a recap of each character, where they are now, and where they will be heading in the near future. So I look forward to wherever RWBY is going to end up happening next in Season 5. Hopefully, I remember one of the issues I'm mentioning up in, I think it actually was the previous season, or maybe it was an earlier season, where I said that there were too many story arcs to follow, and they were separated way too much, and it seems like since they have a little bit more time here, at least from what I can recall, it seems a bit longer, it seems that they are now able to flesh out more of the details of each character, even though they're separated. So hopefully they'll be able to keep that up as far as pacing is concerned. So I look forward to the rest of RWBY. I hope I'll be able to review the entire season without being cut off again, like Preacher was, unfortunately. But hey, things happen, and yeah. So that's my review of RWBY Volume 5 Episode 1. Stick top Ping Tong Tori! And if you like this review, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And once again, if you feel up to it, please support my Patreon, which I'll leave in the link in the description. And until next time, everyone,